Hello, brothers and sisters. Welcome to another Temple 420 Bible study. Just meeting for now today, but it should be all good. I'm sure you guys go through that good. Hopefully, it makes well for somebody who wants to go through the Bible and needs to hear it or kind of go through it, needs some pacing. Because I know that sometimes helps for me if I'm able to go through with somebody with it. So I hope this is a blessing to people. We have these every Wednesday at 7 p.m. If you would like to physically attend, ask questions, read the Bible, join us. With that, you can follow our Facebook group, and I post those in there slightly before that currently. I will also paste them if somebody reaches out to me or joins our Discord and says something on there with that as well. And then Saturdays, we have what we call the Sabbath sesh, where we just have a discussion about things, usually just how lessons we've learned, things that we've seen through the week, and kind of just have a shesh with various different things. That's also one that I also welcome people to come to and ask questions, because it's particularly one that's for pondering and asking questions and being like, why is this way? What do you read with this? And we hash it out and kind of just chill and talk about it. Open to everybody who wants to attend. And then this week we are back to Exodus 25. But first, let me start out here with a prayer. Dear Almighty Living God, thank you for those who are here and listening and going through the Bible with me. Thank you for the time you've given them to be able to do this. Help enrich their hearts so that they're interested in learning more about you. Thank you for the blessings you give us and the stories that you tell us that you've preserved through the centuries and revealing of the truth. May it help people's hearts and their spirits seek after you. Amen. 25 ends up being interesting because it goes through all of the things in the sanctuary, and how God asked Moses to prepare it and set it up, which is even more interesting because I've studied these kind of things for a while. I will interject and tell you some of these things that I've seen through here with this. And I know some people don't particularly like the ideas of, hey, there's cannabis in there, there's different other things that have mind relations with it and things that go with that. I think God has all those here for a purpose, and they should be used with good intent, especially like in ways to honor him and to bring our minds forth in the ways that he would like us at those points with that. Contributions to the sanctuary. Let me pop to my one that's based off the Dead Sea Scrolls and has the name of Yahuwah restored. The master Yahuwah said to Moses, tell the Israelites, take an offering for me for every person who is motivated by a willing heart. You must receive these offerings to me. These are the offerings you must receive from them: gold, silver, and bronze, blue, purple, and scarlet material, fine linen, goat's hair, ram's skin dyed red, and sea cow hides, acacia wood, which they bring up acacia, some of these people, quite a bit, because acacia is one that's known to have DMT if they're using that. And that's possible that that could cause some mind altering things and some stuff like that, because a lot of times it's in there. And some people think that's even what the tree Moses looked at was and how that did with him, but I don't know. It burns, and I take it as God did that, but he could also have these other ways to do it too. So maybe he did it through these ways. I'm always open for discussion and for doing those, because to me, that's the only way we get that figured out. We can take the ideas in, and then we can decide from there, are these ideas good? Are they bad? We should chew them out and get rid of the bad things, keep the things that are good with it. Because they actually take this acacia wood too and also make the ark, which the ark's got some wild things with it. Some people think it would be super natural and be like a collector of energy and stuff with that, because it's the acacia wood covered with gold, that it would end up pulling in electricity and it would static discharge if somebody opened it. And I think God has physical ways that he does things and then supernatural ways, but he likes to embody it all together and show you how there's the physical reality. Put it like that, if you ask me with that. Exodus 25:6. Oil for the sanctuary lamps, spices for the anointing oil, and for the fragrant incense, onyx stones and other precious stones to be set for the ephod and breastpiece. Let them make me a sanctuary so that I may live among them. You must make it exactly as I will show you in the plans for the tabernacle and its equipment. The Ark of the Covenant. You are to make an ark out of acacia wood. Its length must be 2.5 cubits. Its width will be 1.5 cubits, and its height will be 1.5 cubits. You must cover it inside and out with pure gold, and you must make it on a border of gold around its top. You must cast 4 rings of gold on it and put them on the ark's 4 feet, with 2 rings on one side of it and 2 rings on the other side. You must make poles of acacia wood and cover them with gold. You must put the poles and the rings on the ark's side in order to carry the ark. It's one of the things too, if you touched the ark, it would discharge or God's power would come through it and it would take people out. The poles must remain in the rings of the ark, and they must not be taken from it. You must put into the ark the covenant decrees that I give of you. You must make an atonement lid of pure gold. Its length must be 2.5 cubits, and its width should be 1.5 cubits. You must take 2 cherubim of hammered gold for the 2 ends of the atonement lid. Make 1 cherub for one end of the atonement lid and 1 cherub for the other end. They must be made as one piece with the atonement lid. The cherubim must spread out their wings upward and overshadow the atonement lid with them. The cherubim's must face one another and look towards the center of the atonement lid. You must put the atonement lid on the top of the ark, and you must put in the ark the covenant decrees that I am giving you. It is at the ark that I will meet with you. I will speak with you from my position above the atonement lid. It'll be between 2 cherubim over the ark, and the testimony that I will speak to you about all the commands that I will give the Israelites. Interesting too, if you've seen us talk about Wyatt with us, who says he's discovered the ark. He said that was actually under the hill of the mount where Christ was. So he believes that when Christ was pierced, the blood came down and went in cracks and went down onto the atonement lid. Nobody's found it. That was supposedly he was only able to get into it for a while, and then it closed up or something like that, or became unavailable. But it's supposed to be unavailable, so I guess that's kind of a thing like that, or so that not everybody has access to it. But there's also some other places that says they have it. recently the CIA says that they revealed some when in the past, I think the 70s, where they actually had somebody remote view and try to find it. I didn't exactly see where they ended up saying that it was, but I've heard several different places too. That's just one of the places. I think it's interesting because it says that God should be above the atonement of the angels too. And that if Ron Wyatt is right on that, then that's where he would have been when he got pierced and killed on the died on the cross there. The table for bread. You must have a table of acacia wood. It must be 2 cubits. Its width must be 1 cubit, and its height must be a cubit and a half. You must cover it with pure gold, and a border of gold around the top. You must make a surrounding frame for it 1 hand width wide, with a surrounding border of gold for the frame. You must make it 4 rings of gold and attach the rings to the 4 corners where the 4 feet meet. The rings must be attached to the frame to provide places for the poles. In order to carry the table, you must make the poles out of acacia wood and cover them with gold so that the table may be carried with them. You must make dishes, spoons, pitchers, and bowls to be used to pour out the drink offerings. You must make them out of pure gold. You must regularly set the bread of the presence on the table before me. The golden lampstand. You must make the lampstand of pure hammered gold. The lampstand is to be made with its base and shaft and its cups and leafy bases. Its flowers all to be made of one piece. 6 branches must extend from its side. 3 branches must extend from one side. 3 branches on the other side. The lampstand must extend from the other side. The first branch must have 3 cups made like almond blossoms with a leafy base, and 3 cups made like almond blossoms on the other branch with a leafy base and a flower. It must be the same for all 6 branches extending out from the lampstand. Somehow I missed the flower that time, so they told it's supposed to be the same. On the lampstand itself, the central staff, there must be 4 cups made like almond blossoms with their leafy base and their flowers. There must be a leafy base under the first pair of branches, made as one piece from it, and the leafy base under that of the second pair of branches, also made as one piece from it. In the same way, there must be a leafy base under the third pair of branches, made as one piece with it. It must be the same for all 6 branches extending out from the lampstand. Their leafy base and branches must all be one piece with it, one beaten piece of work of pure gold. You must make the lampstand and its 7 lamps and set up its lamps for them to give light from it. Use the tongs, and their trays must be made out of pure gold. Use 1 talent of pure gold to make the lampstand and its accessories. Be sure to make them after the pattern that you are being shown on the mountain. The tabernacle. You must make the tabernacle with 10 curtains made from fine linen, blue, purple, and scarlet wool from the designs of the cherubim. This will be the work of a very skilled craftsman. The length of the curtain must be 28 cubits, the width 4 cubits. All the curtains must be the same size. 5 curtains must be joined to each other, and the other 5 curtains must also be joined to each other. You must make loops of blue along the outer edge of the curtain of one set. In the same way, you must do along the outer edge of the curtain in the second set. You must make 50 loops on the first curtain, and you must make 50 loops on the curtain on the second set. Do this so the loops will be opposite of each other. You must make 50 clasps of gold. and join the curtains together with them so the tabernacle becomes united. You must make curtains of goat hair for a tent over the tabernacle. You must make 11 of these curtains. Length of the curtain must be 30 cubits, and the width of the curtain must be 4 cubits. Each of the 7 curtains, or 11 curtains, must be the same size. 711 is where I'm going here. You must join 5 curtains to each other and the other 6 curtains to each other. You must double over the 6th curtain in the front of the tent. You must make 50 loops on the edge of the curtain of the first set. Sorry there, didn't want to cough all over everybody. You must make 50 loops on the edge of the end of the curtain of the first set and 50 loops on the edge of the curtain that joins the second set. You must make 50 bronze clasps and put them into the loops. You must join the tent together so that there may be one piece. The leftover curtain, that is, overhanging the part of the remaining from the tent's curtains, must hang at the back of the tabernacle. There must be 1 cubit of curtain on the side, 1 cubit of curtain on the other side that is left over of the length of the curtain. Must hang over the sides of the tabernacle on one side and on the other side to cover it. You must make the tabernacle covering of ram skins dyed red and another covering of fine leather to go above that. You must make upright frames out of acacia wood for the tabernacle. The length of each frame must be 10 cubits, and its width must be 1.5 cubits. There must be 2 wood pegs in each frame joining the frames together. You must make all of the tabernacle's frames this way. When you make the frames for the tabernacle, you must make 20 frames for the south side. You must make 40 silver bases to go under the 20 frames. There must also be 2 bases under the first frame to be its 2 pedestals, and also 2 bases under the other frames for their 2 pedestals. For the second side of the tabernacle on the north side, you must make 20 frames. And for 40 silver bases, there must be 2 bases under the first frame, 2 bases under the next frame, and so on. For the back side of the tabernacle on the west side, you must make 6 frames. You must make 2 frames for the back corners of the tabernacle. These frames must be separate at the bottom, but joined at the top to the same ring. It must be this way for both the back corners. There must be 8 frames together with their silver bases. There must be 16 bases in all, 2 bases under the first frame, 2 bases under the next frame, and so on. You must make the crossbar of acacia wood, 5 of the frames on one side of the tabernacle, 5 of the crossbars for the frames on the other side of the tabernacle, 5 crossbars for the frames on the back side of the tabernacle to the west. The crossbar in the center of the frames, that is halfway up, must reach from end to end. You must cover the frames with gold. You must make the rings of gold for them to serve as holders for the crossbars. And you must make covers for the bars with gold. You must set up the tabernacle by following the plan you were shown on the mountain. You must take the curtain of blue, purple, and scarlet wool and fine linen with designs of cherubim and the work of a skillful workman. You must hang it on the 4 pillars of acacia wood covered in gold. These pillars must also have hooks of gold set on 4 bases. You must hang up the curtain under the clasps, and you must bring in the Ark of the Testimony. The curtain is to separate the set apart holy place from the most set apart holy place. You must take the atonement lid on the Ark of the Testimony, which is the most set apart place. You must place the table outside the curtain. You must place the lampstand on the table on the south side of the tabernacle. The table must be on the north side. You must make a hanging for the tent entrance. You must make it out of blue, purple, and scarlet material, fine twinned linen, the work of an embroiderer. For the hanging, you must make 5 pillars of acacia wood and cover them with gold. Their hooks must be of gold, and you must cast 5 bronze bases for them. The bronze altar. You must make an altar of acacia wood, 5 cubits long, 5 cubits wide. The altar must be square and 3 cubits high. You must make an extension of its 4 corners shaped like ox horns. The horns will be made of one piece of the altar, and you must cover them with bronze. You must make equipment for the altar, pots for ashes, also for shovels, basins, meat forks, fire pans. You must make these utensils with bronze. You must make a grate for the altar, a network of bronze. Make a bronze ring for each one of the grates, 4 corners. You must put the grate under the ledge of the altar, halfway down to the bottom. You must make poles for the altar, poles of acacia wood, and you must cover them with bronze. The poles must be put into the rings, and the poles must be on the sides of the altar to carry it. You must make the altar hollow, out of planks. You must make it in the way that you were shown in the mountain. The court of the tabernacle. You must make the courtyard for the tabernacle. There must be hangings on the south side of the courtyard, hangings of twin fine linen, 100 cubits long. The hangings must have 20 posts, 20 bronze bases. There also must be hooks attached to the posts, as well as silver rods. Likewise, on the north side, there must be hangings of 100 cubit long, with 20 posts, 20 bronze bases, hooks to attach the posts, and silver rods. Along with the courtyard to the west, there must be a curtain 50 cubits long. There must be 10 posts and 10 bases. The courtyard must be 50 cubits long on the east side. Hangings for one side of the entrance must be 15 cubits long. They must have 3 posts with 3 bases. The other side must have hangings 15 cubits long. They must have 3 posts and 3 bases. The courtyard gate must be a curtain 20 cubits long. The curtain must be made of blue, purple, and scarlet material, and fine twin linen, the work of an embroiderer. It must have 4 posts with 4 bases. All the courtyard posts must have silver rods, silver hooks, and bronze bases. The length of the courtyard must be 100 cubits, the width 50 cubits, and the height 5 cubits, with fine twinned linen hangings all along, and the bases of bronze. All the equipment to be used in the tabernacle and all the tent pegs for the tabernacle of the courtyard must be made of bronze. Oil for the lamp. You must command the people of Israel to bring olive oil, pure and pressed, for the lamps they may burn continually. And the tent of meeting outside the curtain that is in front of the tabernacle contains the Ark of Testimony. Aaron and his sons must keep the lamps burning before the Master Yahuwah from evening to morning. This requirement will be a long-lasting ordinance through the generations of the people of Israel. The priest's garments. Call to yourself Aaron, your brother, and his sons, Nabab, Abihu, Eleazar, Itamar, from the Israelites, so that they may serve me as priests. You must make Aaron your brother garments that are set apart to me. These garments will be for his honor and splendor. You must speak to all the people who are wise in heart, those who I have filled with the ruach of wisdom, so that they may make Aaron's garment to set him apart to serve me as priest. Ruach, if you don't know, is the spirit. So they got the spirit of wisdom to be able to do these things. The garments that must make are the breastpiece, the ephod, the robe, a coat of woven work, a turban, and a sash. They must make these garments that are set apart. They will be for your brother Aaron and for his sons, so that they may serve me as priests. Craftsmen must use fine linen that is gold, blue, purple, and scarlet. They must make an ephod of gold, of blue, of purple, and scarlet wood, and fine twined linen. It must be the work of a skillful craftsman. It must have 2 shoulder pieces attached to its upper corners. Its finely woven waistband must be like the ephod. It must be made of one piece with the ephod, made of fine twinned linen that is gold, blue, purple, and scarlet. You must take 2 onyx stones and engrave them the names of Israel's 12 sons. 6 of their names must be on one stone, and 6 of their names must be on the other stone, in order of the son's birth, with the work of an engraver in stone. Like the engraver on a signet, you must engrave the 2 stones with the names of Israel's 12 sons. You must mount the stones in settings of gold, and you must put the 2 stones in the shoulder pieces of the ephod to be stones to remind the Master Yahuwah of Israel's sons. Aaron will carry out the names before the Master Yahuwah on his 2 shoulders to remind him. You must make settings of gold and 2 braided chains of pure gold like cords. You must attach the chains to the settings, and you must make the breastpiece for decision making, the work of a skillful workman, fashioned like the ephod. Make it of gold, blue, purple, and scarlet wool, and of fine linen. It is to be square. You must fold the breastplate double. It must be 1 span long and wide. You must place in it 4 rows of precious stones. The first row should have a ruby, a topaz, and a garnet. The second row should have an emerald, a sapphire, and a diamond. The third row should have a jacinth, an agate, and an amethyst. The fourth row should have a beryl, an onyx, and a jasper. They must be mounted in gold settings. The stones must be arranged by the name of Israel's 12 sons in order by name. They must be like the engraving on a signet ring, each name standing for the 12 tribes. You must make on the breastpiece of the chains like cords, braided work of pure gold. You must make 2 rings of gold for the breastplate and must attach them to the 2 ends of the breastplate. You must attach the 2 golden chains and the 2 corners to the breastplate. You must attach the other ends of the 2 braided chains to the 2 settings and must attach those shoulder pieces to the ephod up front. You must make 2 rings of gold, and you must put them in the other 2 corners of the breastplate, on the edge next to its inner border. You must take 2 more gold rings, and you must attach them to the bottom of the shoulder pieces and in the front of the ephod, close to its seam, and a finely woven waistband of the ephod. They must tie the breastpiece by its rings and its ephod rings with pure blue cord, so that it may be attached just above the ephod's woven wristband. This is so that the breastplate may not come unattached from the ephod. When Aaron goes into the set apart holy place, he must carry the names of the people of Israel over his heart in the breastpiece for decision making as a continuing memorial before the Master Yahuwah. This is an interesting part too here. In Exodus 28:30, they've got some divination stones. And a lot of times divination is talked bad against, but apparently there's places where, like here, they use it to get decisions from Yahweh. To my understanding, Yahweh doesn't want you asking anybody else. He wants answers to come from him. And when he gives you answers, he wants you to listen to the answers by what I've seen in the Bible here with it. You are to place the Urim and Thummim in the breastplate for decision making, so that they may be over Aaron's heart when he goes before the Master Yahuwah. This Aaron will always carry the means for making decisions for the people of Israel over his heart before the Master Yahuwah. I've also heard too that the Urim and Thummim would glow and make different colors and change to give answers, as well as it sounds like vibrating. You must take the robe of the ephod, completely of purple fabric. It must have an opening in the head and the middle, and the opening must have a woven edge around it so that it does not tear. This must be the work of a weaver. On the bottom helm, you must make pomegranates of blue, purple, and scarlet all around. Gold bells must be between them all around. There must be a golden bell and a pomegranate, a golden bell and a pomegranate, and so on, all around the hem of the robe. The robe is to be on Aaron when he serves, so the sound can be held when he goes into the set-apart holy place before the Master Yahuwah, and when he leaves. This is so that he does not die. You must make a plate of gold and engrave on it, like engraving on a signet, holy to the Master Yahuwah. You must attach this plate by blue cord to the front of the turban. It must be on Aaron's forehead, and he must always bear any guilt that might attach to the offering of the set-apart gifts that Israel has set apart to the Master Yahuwah. The turban must be always on his forehead so that the Master Yahuwah can accept their gifts. You must make a coat of fine linen, and you must make a turban of fine linen. You must also make a sash, the work of an embroiderer. For Aaron's sons, you must make coats, sashes, and headbands for all their honor and splendor. You must clothe Aaron, your brother, and his sons with him. You must anoint them, ordain them, and set them apart from me, so that they may serve me as priests. You must make for them linen garments to cover their naked flesh, that'll cover them from the waist to the thighs. Aaron and his sons must wear these garments when they enter the tent of meeting, or when they approach the altar to serve in the set-apart holy place. They must do this so they will not be guilty, or else they will die. This is a permanent Torah for Aaron and his descendants after him. I think I will wait for consecration of priests till next time. I appreciate you guys who came and listened to this. Join us next time for Exodus 29 and going through. Dear Almighty Yahweh, thank you for all that you've done for us, the book that you gave us to read, and the understanding that you've told Moses to set things apart so that people may be set apart from you, and to give us an understanding and a breakdown of how exactly that was set up in your time back then, when you were the one before you sent your son that was with us. Thank you for all that you give us and keeping us well, and help these people who watch this be seeking after you and know that you have their back. Watch them as you do the sparrows and the ravens. God bless you all and have a good day.